Are you moving toward connection or disconnection?
So that'd be in relationships, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting closer together or you're getting further apart. Relationships are all over the place. So what about in the workplace? Are you getting closer together with your coworkers, your manager, the people who work for you? Or are you getting further apart?
Yeah,
right?
do you feel connected? Do you feel part of the team? Or do you feel disconnected? Because sometimes whenever we feel disconnected, we'll find ourselves being more negative about the job, right? Or we'll go and we'll say, I'm working through lunch. Or someone will ask us to do something. And because we're feeling disconnected, we'll move toward disconnection.
Yeah, and sometimes you move further away because you are just having a hard time and maybe you want to spend some time by yourself. And that's totally okay, right? Sometimes. But are you pulling away and making things worse for you because you feel like there's distance?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you recognize distance, you want to create more distance because distance doesn't feel good. That doesn't make sense, but we all do it. And you get a little bit further and a little bit further, and it can almost feel like you don't know what to do.
Yeah. I know whenever we went through miscarriage over and over again, and I was at work and I didn't really talk about it with people at work, I didn't share it with my students much, I felt disconnected. I felt unseen. And so then that pushed me toward more disconnection. And so realizing we're taking steps every day toward connection or disconnection, whether you're at work, at home, and the two intersect a lot. And so if you and I feel disconnected, it might cause me to feel like I got to be really connected at work, or I could feel disconnected everywhere.
So you almost replace it with some type of other relationship.
Sometimes.
So if you feel disconnected in a relationship, like in a marriage or at work, then maybe you'll feel really connected if you dive into Netflix or whatever it be, or a hobby. Hobby and Netflix aren't bad. I'm just saying that you might dig into those a lot more because you need to feel connected to something.
Yeah, I think that's a coping skill.
Okay.
And so we're going to be coping by leaning in towards something else. But sometimes, we might feel depressed, and it's because we really feel disconnected at home, we feel disconnected at work, and we don't feel like there's any healthy way of coping and establishing some other relationship, which isn't always helpful, right? Because then we triangulate.
Absolutely.
But if we feel like there isn't anything that's a good place where we feel connected, then we might lean toward feeling depressed.
And a lot of this is just becoming aware of it. And if you feel disconnected, maybe depressed, or not happy with your relationships, maybe at work or at home, whatever that might be, thinking about, do I feel distant from the people around me? What's changed? Do I feel distant because there was a little rift between somebody? Was there something that didn't go the way that I wanted it to? Was there an expectation that wasn't met? And if I could talk about it, then I could do something to close that gap a little bit. Yeah. But we often feel scared that if we call out the distance between us, it's going to make it make it worse. Excuse me. So it was just the other day, and I think I felt kind of distant from you, and it was vulnerable, but I said, I kind of feel distant from you, but I don't want to feel distant, but I don't know what to do to feel closer. It helps.
And then we talked about it, and we're like, oh, did something happen? Did I say something?
No.
I'm like, okay. Well, hey, we just want to...
We were just busy.
Right? Everything's better.
And that helped it.
Yeah.
So just acknowledging, I feel like we're distant, or we haven't spent time together, and I want to feel close to you.
Yeah. Because sometimes we can really clearly identify what it is. You said this hurtful thing, and now I don't want to be close. And now I feel like I need to say something. And sometimes, I don't know why, I just feel like I don't feel super connected. It can show that we want to be connected. Now, what about at work, right? We might not go into our boss's office and say, hey, I want to be connected to you.
You want a hug?
But,
I don't know if you need to do that.
But we might just say, I don't want to go stop at anyone's office. I just want to go work through lunch and get home.
Do my own thing.
Wait a minute. That's the whole disconnect dialogue. I'm going to go pause and take a break, go into someone's office and just say, hey, how was your week? That's moving toward connection. So it may not be even directly correlated to what your struggle is, but leaning into relationships, leaning into connection can really help overall.
Something I've noticed is in the workplace, one of the best ways to feel seen is to help somebody else feel seen. So when you feel unseen and not recognized, you recognizing somebody else, telling them they're doing a good job. Labeled praise is a big deal. Investing in the relationships or in the self-esteem of another coworker really helps that. And it's like, it just starts coming back to you a little bit more. So maybe if anybody I've ever worked with starts getting emails or something from me praising them, maybe it's like, oh, Chuck's having a rough day. He's on his praise patrol. So But there's things that you can do to improve it.
Yeah.
Showing somebody else that you care about them makes you feel connected.
Yeah, we can't go completely from feeling like really disconnected to feeling the most connected ever in just a moment. Usually, right? But we can move the needle just a little bit.
Yep.
Say, I'm going to feel a little bit more connected, a little bit more connected. And
Yep.
so being determined to take some steps toward connection at work, at home, it is important and it is powerful. And it will make a difference in your relationships.